Hello and good evening. Welcome to another live stream here as we get set for this Monday night NFL matchup, Lions and Ravens, to wrap up week 3. My name is John here, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube, on Twitch tonight at Sport Guru John. Also have content on Kick at Sports Kick John as well. We're going to wrap up week 3 of the NFL season with this Monday night football game tonight. Which we'll get to momentarily. But first, I want to do a prayer beforehand. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day, and thank you for looking over us, Lord. And please look over all these players and the fans alike, and keep everyone safe tonight, Lord, as you look over us all and protect us all, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen. Wrapping up week 3 of the NFL season with this Monday night matchup between the Lions and Ravens. Both these teams come in 1-1 on the season. Lions losing at Green Bay in week 1, coming back last week in their home opener by thumping Chicago. Ravens at 1-1 on the season had that heartbreaking loss at Buffalo in week 1 with that fourth quarter comeback that the Bills put on the Ravens in week 1. They come back and handled the Browns very easily at home last week to get their record even at 1-1. So the winner of this game will go over 500, and the loser will fall to 1-2 on the season. As we wrap up week 3 of the NFL season, and these two teams needing a win. If the Lions get this win tonight, they will be tied for first in the NFC North with the Vikings and the Packers. Ravens looking to go 2-1. That would tie the Bengals and Steelers, both who are also 2-1. Browns at 1-2. Browns the upset of the week with that win over Green Bay yesterday. So these two teams looking to get over 500 here. Coaching matchup, Dan Campbell of the Lions, John Harbaugh of the Ravens. Should be a good one here tonight. Vegas is expecting a good one for anybody who does that. The line is taking off at Baltimore -5.5. The Baltimore a 5.5-point favorite. 71-degree evening at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. As we are wrapping up week 3 already in the NFL season. Seems like we just started, and here we are wrapping up week 3 already. Ravens, of course, very, very tough at home. Usually one of the best home fields in the NFL at M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore's going to kick the football away, so we're going to see Detroit on offense to begin this game. As we are just about set to go. And here we go, the kickoff. Taken at the 10, across the 20-yard line, 25-yard line, up to the 30, spinning up to the 33-yard line and stopped right there. And that's where the Lions will have their opening possession of the game. So here comes Jared Goff and the Lions offense. %82 completion percentage for Jared Goff in the first 2 weeks of the season. 5 touchdowns, yet to throw an interception. And the Lions will start this opening drive 1st and 10 at the 33. On a loud, raucous Baltimore crowd as it usually is, this is a handoff on 1st down, and it's only going to be good for about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs getting the carry on the first play of the game, bringing up 2nd down and 8 for Detroit. Second down, 8 for Detroit. Football sitting at the 35. Goff to throw for the first time. Throwing right side. Wide open receiver, and the catch is made and out of bounds. That'll be a 1st down for Detroit, and on 2 plays, the Lions have gotten into Baltimore territory. The catch made there by Jameson Williams. Goff to Williams, the pass good for 25 yards. Football at the 41 of the Ravens, first down. Here's a handoff to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going backwards, and he's going to be stuffed for a 3-yard loss on first down. Delayed handoff did not work out for Detroit. It'll be 2nd and 13. Second down, Lions need 13. Back at the 44 of the Ravens. Goff, here's another handoff to Gibbs, and Gibbs with running room this time, and Gibbs gets up to the 37-yard line, picking up 7 there, setting up a manageable 3rd down and 6. Ravens are without 2 of their big names defensively. Kyle Van Noy out with a hamstring injury. Jair Alexander, a knee injury. He's also out tonight. 3rd down and 6. Detroit at the 37 of the Ravens. Opening drive of the game, 2.5 minutes in. Here's the snap. Goff looking. Goff throwing down the field. That's going to be a reception and a first down once again. And the Lions drive it down into the Ravens' red zone. Another catch for Jameson Williams, his 2nd catch on the drive. The 3rd down and 6. The pass goes for 19 yards. And it's a first down at the 18. Handoff again to Gibbs. Gibbs makes something out of nothing, had nowhere to go, and gets 2 yards out of it up to the 16. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Second down, 8. Lions at the Ravens' 16-yard line. Goff takes the snap. Goff to throw. Goff looking left side. Pass caught. That's a catch made for Gibbs. And gain is good for about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Lions. Have a feeling down in this area of the field, Dan Campbell's probably going to go for it on 4th if they don't pick up the first down here on 3rd and 3. Ball sitting just shy of the 11-yard line. Goff takes the snap. Goff looking. Goff throws it behind Jahmyr Gibbs. Incomplete. Gibbs was not looking for the pass at that particular instant and had his back to the pass. 4th down. And let's see if the Lions do end up going for it here. Clock is stopped with 10:27 to go in on the first quarter, and the Lions offense does stay out for this 4th and 3. They need to get to the Ravens' 8-yard line for a first down. Goff takes the snap. Goff throws right side, and the 4th down completion. Amon-Ra St. Brown up to the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Lions. On 4th and 3, Goff found his receiver for a 6-yard gain, and the Lions have 1st and goal. Lions trying to finish off this opening drive with a touchdown. They're 5 yards away. First and goal. Handoff to Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs driving tacklers down, and he's going to be stopped at the 1. It'll be second and goal. It's probably going to be another running play get to Gibbs again as Gibbs is in the backfield. It is a handoff to Gibbs, who sails in for the Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs finishes off the drive with a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Lions strike first tonight, 6-0 with the extra point pending. Well, the Lions on that opening drive just drove it right down the field. In an early 6-0 lead. Extra point try coming. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Lions take a 7-0 lead with 9:16 to play in the opening quarter in Baltimore. Opening drive for the Lions, 11 plays, 67 yards, 5 minutes, 44 seconds. A 1-yard touchdown run for Jahmyr Gibbs, and the Lions an early 7-0 lead. Jared Goff, 4 for 5, 55 yards passing on that drive. 2 of those catches to Jamison Williams for 43 yards. And as good of a start as you can ask for the Lions in this one, leading 7-0. Lions next week, as we look ahead, Lions return home next week and host the Browns. Next week, the Ravens will head to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs next week. That's a big one there at Arrowhead. That's the featured late afternoon game coming up on Sunday. From Arrowhead. So the Lions, after hanging 52 points on the board a week ago at home against the Bears, strike very quickly here in this one. And we'll see this Ravens offense, who has put up 81 points their first 2 games. They put up 40 in the week 1 loss at Buffalo, and they put 41 on the board last week against the Browns. So this is a very, very powerful Ravens offense. And we will see them with the football for the first time following the television timeout. "71-degree evening in Baltimore on a late September evening. On a Monday night. To update you on my live stream schedule, I'll be back on with you a couple days this week. Tomorrow and Wednesday, hopefully, we'll be on the air with you. There'll be a couple of Major League Baseball live streams, the Mets and the Cubs, coming up tomorrow and Wednesday. Tomorrow pending. But for sure on Wednesday night, we'll be with you for a Major League Baseball live stream, the Mets and Cubs, as Major League Baseball entering its final week of the regular season. Still a battle for that last wild card spot in the National League, and the Mets right in that mix. So have a couple baseball live streams this week. Here's the kickoff, and this will be a touchback. So we will see Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense come out. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Ravens, their first offensive series. Football at the 20-yard line. Jackson fakes the handoff on first down, throws to an open receiver. That's the tight end, Mark Andrews. And Andrews has a first down across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Mark Andrews, veteran tight end, ninth-year player out of Oklahoma. And he gets the Ravens a first down. First down up to the 39-yard, I said 34, 39-yard line, 19-yard gain, and I think the Lions just jumped off sides. Bill Vinovich, our referee tonight, and it is offsides against Detroit, so that's 5 free yards for the Ravens, setting up 1st and 5. Aiden Hutchinson got in the neutral zone a little early. Be 1st and 5 for the Ravens at the 44. Jackson looks like he might be changing the play here at the line of scrimmage. Jackson takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Derrick Henry. Henry will have a first down into Lions territory to the 48-yard line. Derrick Henry on his first carry of the game picks up 8. And on 2 plays, just like the Lions did on their offensive series, on 2 plays, the Ravens have drove it onto the plus side of the field. First down Ravens in Lions territory. Jackson goes back to the shotgun this time, takes a high snap, and Jackson will keep it this time, and there goes Lamar Jackson into first down territory and sliding down at the 36-yard line. That dual threat that Lamar Jackson is, and he showed it right there, picking up 13 more. First down Ravens, football at the Lions 37. Lions scored a touchdown on their opening drive tonight. Ravens looking to match that. Jackson, there's a pass once again to Mark Andrews, and Andrews is out of bounds around the 29-yard line. So a gain of 8 more on the reception for Mark Andrews, brings up 2nd down and 2. Second and 2, Baltimore. Jackson, it's another handoff to Derrick Henry, and Henry's going to be stuffed. Maybe got a yard, but it's still going to be 3rd and short for the Ravens. Ravens will need a yard on this 3rd down to keep the drive alive, as we're already down under 6 minutes to go in a very fast-moving first quarter. Handoff on 3rd and 1. Henry has a first down and more. Henry inside the 10 and sailing into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Flag is offsides on Detroit, so that's obviously going to be declined. And the Ravens an extra point away from tying this game. "28-yard touchdown run for Derrick Henry." And the Ravens answer the Lions' opening drive touchdown with a touchdown of their own. And the extra point attempt up and good, and this game is tied 7 apiece. with the 5:40 mark of the first quarter. Touchdown on the opening drive for both teams. And we're right back where we started, all tied up. Ravens drive, 6 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes, 36 seconds. Derrick Henry, 28-yard touchdown run with the extra point to pull even. So I was talking about my upcoming live stream schedule. I got those Major League Baseball games. We'll have 2 college football games on Saturday on my live stream, as I always do. It's one FCS and one FBS game I do every Saturday. FCS matchup is going to be number 10 Lehigh hosting Penn. That will be at 12 noon Eastern. Have not decided. It's going to be one of 2 games in the FBS for my FBS game on Saturday evening. It's either going to be Oregon, Penn State, or Alabama, Georgia. I have not decided which one of those 2 games it's going to be yet. It's going to be one of those 2. They'll have an official announcement later on this week on one of my live streams later on in the week. Those are 2 very intriguing matchups. Top 10 matchup between Oregon and Penn State, and a top 20 matchup, always a good matchup, between Alabama and Georgia. And then we'll be on a live stream next Sunday night for the Packers and Cowboys. Micah Parsons returning to Dallas as a member of the Green Bay Packers. That should be very interesting. That's the Sunday night matchup next week. We wrap up week 3 here with this one. The Lions and Ravens in a 7-all deadlock with 5:40 to play in this first quarter. Couple bits of news from around the NFL today. The bad news for the 49ers, defensive end Nick Bosa. They have lost him for the season with a torn right ACL. And also equally bad news for the Chargers, Najee Harris, their running back, he's out for the season as well. He tore his Achilles. So 2 big injuries there for the 49ers and the Chargers. Here's the kickoff taken at the 3-yard line across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, 25, 30, and tripped up at the 32-yard line. Great return there on the kickoff for, I think, Jacob Sailors on the kick return for the Lions. So the Lions get it back. Will start at their own 32-yard line for their second drive of the game. Goff under center on this first down play has Gibbs in the backfield. Goff takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Gibbs. Now we'll throw us a little screen pass to Gibbs, and they call that a lateral? No, incomplete. Or are they calling it a lateral? They are, or are they? There's some confusion here. That looked like a forward pass. But it looks like they've called that a lateral. 28-yard line. Yeah, it looked like it was not going forward by much, but it did look like it was. They're sticking with the call on the field. They're saying it's a lateral. So 2nd and 19, as that was a 9-yard loss. Here's a handoff on 2nd down. This is Gibbs running into his own man and then getting run out of bounds for another loss of a yard. And the Lions going the wrong way on this second drive. They're showing that last play again. Goff throws the football. He's right at the 23-yard line. And Gibbs catches it. Well, it's close. That's too late now because we've already run another play. So 3rd down and about 20. Goff Takes the shotgun snap. Goff looking. Goff throws a little screen pass to Gibbs. He's got a long way to go and is brought down at the 30-yard line, nowhere near a first down. And the Lions go 3 and out on their second drive. So we will see the Lions punt for the first time tonight. Jack Fox on to punt. He averages almost 50 yards a punt. Good snap. Fox gets the punt away. And it's another good one. Taken at the 15, across the 20-yard line, 25, and dropped at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Ravens will start this next drive with 3:16 remaining in the opening quarter. "11-yard return on the punt for LeJohntay Wester. And the Ravens, following the TV timeout, will start this next drive at the 26. Other news around the NFL. Jerry Jones coming out today and saying it's possible they may have to put CeeDee Lamb on the IR. CeeDee Lamb suffered that ankle sprain yesterday for the Cowboys. Looking at possibly being sidelined for up to 4 weeks. So that's some of the news around the NFL. Falcons today did dismiss their wide receiver coach, Ike Hilliard, after the Falcons were shut out yesterday in Carolina. So they relieved wide receiver coach Ike Hilliard of his duties in Atlanta today. And here are this one, 7-7 Lions and Ravens. 3:16 remaining in the opening quarter. Ravens about to start their second drive of the game. 1st and 10 at the 26. So back comes Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense for their second drive of the game. Be a first down from the 26. Jackson takes the first down snap, fakes the handoff to Henry. Jackson throwing over the middle, pass complete. That's Andrews. No, it isn't. It's not Mark Andrews. I beg your pardon. That is the other tight end, Charlie Kolar, with the reception this time for the Ravens. Second down, Baltimore, after the 7-yard pickup. Handoff to Henry, and Henry stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And it'll be 3rd down and 3 for Baltimore. Third down, Ravens need 3 for the first. Football at their own 34. Down to 5 on the play clock. Man in motion. They just get that play off with 1 on the play clock. Jackson throws over everybody, incomplete, and the Lions and Ravens have matched drives so far. Both teams score on their first offensive series, and both teams 3 and out on drive number 2. So we will see the first Ravens punt of the night. Jordan Stout on to punt. And the punt is a doozy. Flag comes in. Khalif Raymond back to receive it at the 5. And dropped at the 7-yard line. Great special teams coverage for the Ravens. We'll check the flag. If this is on Detroit, they're going to be backed up inside their 5-yard line. It is a hold on Detroit. That's going to put the ball at the 4-yard line. So a long field this time for the Lions with 1:43 to play in the first quarter. So we will see Jared Goff and that Lions offense out for their 3rd series following this TV timeout in a 7-7 game. Looking at some of the couple of the featured games coming up in the NFL next week. It starts on Thursday night with the Seahawks and Cardinals, both those teams at 2-1. Seahawks annihilated the Saints yesterday. The Cardinals lost on a last-second field goal to the 49ers. And we have our first international game coming up on Sunday. That will be in Dublin, Ireland, between the Vikings and the Steelers. Both those teams sit 2-1 on the season. The undefeated Chargers head to the Meadowlands to play the winless Giants. Chargers looking like possibly the best team in the AFC right now. Couple teams trying to get off the schneid here. A couple of 0-3 teams, Titans and Texans. Bit of a surprise to see the Texans at 0-3 to begin the season. Washington visiting Atlanta. Washington looking to go 3-1. Saints in Buffalo to take on the Bills. That game looks like a mismatch on paper, but that's why they play the games. Battle of 3-0 teams on the early window on Sunday. Eagles and Buccaneers. Winner of that game goes to 4-0. Mentioned the Lions at home taking on the Browns. Carolina getting their first win of the year yesterday. They head to Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Those are the 1 o'clock games on Sunday. Back to this one, Lions backed up. They're going to actually put this ball at the 2-yard line. So first down for the Lions. Here's a first down carry for Gibbs, and he gets across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Excuse me, that's not Gibbs. That's David Montgomery getting the carry. His first carry of the game gets him 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. So that gives the Lions a little bit of breathing room. Second down and 6 from the 6. Flag down here on this 2nd and 6 play. Montgomery tackled in the backfield for a 1-yard loss, but we'll see what this flag is. Somebody may have jumped a little quick. It's illegal formation against the Lions. Ravens are going to decline that since there was a 1-yard loss on the play. You're only talking a 2-yard difference, and the Lions would get the down back if the Lions took that play. So it's going to, or if the Ravens took that play. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 5. Under a minute in this first quarter. Lions from their own 5. Goff takes the snap. Goff throws over the middle, pass complete. That's a 1st down for the Lions on 3rd and 7. The reception for Sam Laporta up to the 16 on 3rd and 7. The pass good for 11. So the Lions keep the drive alive. They do not have to snap this before the quarter if they don't want to, and they will not. Quarter in the books in Baltimore. The Lions and the Ravens all tied up at 7. Lions just got a big 1st down to keep from having to punt the football from their end zone. When the second quarter commences, the Lions will have a 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. Stats through 1 quarter: 88 yards for the Lions, 82 for the Ravens. Lions had the football for almost 10 minutes in that first quarter. 9 minutes, 51 seconds. Ravens had it for 5 minutes, 9 seconds. Just 2 penalties in that first quarter, both of them by Detroit. Jared Goff in that first quarter for the Lions, 6 for 7 for 73 yards. Jamison Williams, his leading target, 2 catches for 43 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs also had 2 catches for 13 yards. A catch each for Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Running the football, Detroit didn't do much. Jahmyr Gibbs ran it 7 times for 12 yards. David Montgomery, 2 carries for 3 yards for just 15 yards rushing in the first quarter. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 3 for 4 for 34 yards. 2 of the 3 receptions for Mark Andrews for 27 yards, and Charlie Kolar, 1 catch for 7 yards, the other reception. Running the football, Derrick Henry, 4 carries, 36 yards, and the touchdown. Lamar Jackson had 1 carry for 12 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs had the rushing touchdown for the Lions in that first quarter. As we sit 7-7 after 1. Both teams 50% on 3rd down conversions in that first quarter. As we are just about ready to start quarter number 2. First and 10, Lions, football at their own 16. David Montgomery, the running back in the backfield for Goff on this play. And Goff will throw over the middle, pass complete to Montgomery. Montgomery across the 20, 25, out of bounds. 1st down, Detroit, up to the 28-yard line. 12-yard reception for David Montgomery and a new set of downs for the Lions. First down for the Lions. Goff fakes the handoff again. Goff has a lot of room to run and will slide down at the 33. He probably could have got it about 2 or 3 more yards, but played it safe and slid down at the 33. It'll make it 2nd and 5. Minute old, second quarter. Remember, this drive for the Lions started at their own 2. They have moved it up to the 33. 2nd and 5. There's a toss on 2nd down. This is Gibbs back in the game, and Gibbs is going to lose yardage. A loss of 3 on the pitch play to Jahmyr Gibbs, and it'll now be 3rd and 8. Lions need 8 on 3rd down. They are 2 for 4 on 3rd down conversions so far. Goff takes the snap. Goff to throw. Goff throws. Open receiver Sam Laporta for a first down up to the 43-yard line. A 3rd down conversion for the Lions. A pickup of 14 on 3rd and 8. Drive continues at the 43-yard line. Goff takes the snap, hands off to David Montgomery, the back on this play, and Montgomery stuffed right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on first down. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 from the 43. Here's a toss play. This is Montgomery, big hole Montgomery on the toss play, and he gets near a first down into Baltimore territory. Going to mark him a yard short, so give Montgomery a 9-yard pickup there. It'll be 3rd and 1. Lions need a yard to keep the drive alive. Ball at the 48 of the Ravens. Hand off to Gibbs. Gibbs, I think he got it. He only needed a yard on 3rd down, and they do give him the first down. It's a good thing they only needed a yard on 3rd down because Gibbs didn't get much more than that. But it is enough to move the sticks. First down for the Lions. Drive continues at the Ravens 46. Goff. Goff throws. That's complete to Gibbs. Gibbs out of bounds near the first down marker. Flag comes in. So Gibbs gets 10 yards. We'll check this flag. And the penalties against Baltimore on an illegal contact. That was actually a 9-yard pickup, and the Lions are going to take the play. Second and 1 at the 37. Hand off, first down, Lions. David Montgomery inside the 30 to the 29. And the Lions continuing to move the ball downfield. A drive that started at their own 2, and they've been able to move it up to the Ravens' 29. First down, Detroit, from the 29 of the Ravens. Down to 9.5 here in the second quarter. Goff. Here's a handoff to Montgomery again. Montgomery, another big hole up the middle. He's going to have another Lions first down into the red zone. Excellent, excellent drive being put together by the Lions. Gibbs back in now at the running back. And Goff will give it to him. And Gibbs will be stopped after a gain of about 2. Be second down and 8 for Detroit. They have had this football on this drive for about 8 minutes. A drive that started back at their own 2. They have moved it up into the red zone to the 18 of the Ravens. Here's another handoff to Gibbs. Gibbs with room. Gibbs stopped at the 11-yard line. Be third and about 1.5 yards for Detroit. Third down for Detroit. They need about 1.5 yards. Play number 16 of the drive. Goff will keep it, and Goff will get to the first down marker. It'll be first and goal Lions. We are down to 7 minutes in the second quarter. This is a 10-minute plus drive for the Lions. First and goal Lions. Just shy of the 8-yard line. Goff throws. Gibbs. And Gibbs is going to be down at the 1. Didn't quite get in. Second and goal at the 1. Yep. Knee clearly down at the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1. Gibbs getting a breather on the sideline. Play number 18 of the drive. On second and goal at the 1. It's a handoff to Montgomery and did not get in. Now the VAR official says touchdown. The referee on the near side saying he was short, but the referee on the far side signaled touchdown. And it's a scoring play, so it's going to be automatically reviewed. See, Montgomery. Yeah, it looks like he reaches the ball over. That looks like a touchdown. What a drive for the Detroit Lions. "98 yards on the drive. And they have confirmed the touchdown. Extra point try on the way. Extra point up and good, and the Lions grab a 14-7 lead with 5:55 to play in quarter number 2. That drive for the Lions, 18 plays, 98 yards. 10 minutes, 48 seconds off the clock. Capped off by a David Montgomery 1-yard touchdown run. With Jared Goff in this first half now 10 for 11, passing the football 116 yards. And both running backs a touchdown each, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, both with a rushing touchdown. That was one of the best drives you will ever see. So the Lions about to kick off, so the Ravens offense has had quite a breather over there on the sideline. Let's see what Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense can do on this next drive. Talk about the 1 o'clock games coming up this Sunday. Let's tell you about the late afternoon games coming up. The undefeated 49ers will be hosting Jacksonville. Undefeated Colts, they head to LA to take on the Rams. Rams let that one get away in Philly yesterday, or else they'd be sitting 3-0. And the featured late afternoon game on Sunday, Ravens and Chiefs. Ravens hope to be 2-1 going into that game. Chiefs got their first win of the season last night against the Giants. Also, late afternoon game, the Bears heading to Vegas to take on the Raiders. And, of course, that anticipated Sunday night game next week, Packers and Cowboys. I will be on a live stream for that one. Micah Parsons returned to Dallas. And another 2 games coming up next Monday, Jets and Dolphins. Both those teams looking to get off the schneid. And the Bengals and the Broncos. Next Monday night, Bengals got absolutely walloped in Minnesota by the Vikings yesterday. Here it's 14-7 Lions off a 98-play, 18-yard scoring drive. Here's the kickoff. Taken at the 6-yard line across the 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line, 30, look out, 40, and tripped up at the 49-yard line. A great kickoff return. Rasheen Ali with the kickoff return up near midfield and was almost able to break that last one. And if he was able to break that last one, he was gone. So outstanding field position for the Ravens at their own 49. Jackson, the handoff on first down. This will be a gain of about 4 on first down to Derrick Henry. It'll be 2nd down and 6. That 98-yard drive for the Lions that they just scored on, the 98 yards, is the longest drive in the NFL, longest scoring drive in the NFL in 14 years. Longest drive since 2011. Second down, 6 here for the Ravens. Ball at the Lions' 47. Jackson will take it himself. And he will be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there for Lamar Jackson. It'll be 3rd down and 6 as we go under 5 minutes. Both teams, their full complement of 3 timeouts. Third down and 6 from the 47. Jackson pressured, rolling to his left. Jackson throws, and it's going to be a catch along the sideline. 1st down for the Ravens. On 3rd down and 6, Rashad Bateman with the reception and a 1st down for Baltimore. Up to the 37-yard line, 1st down Ravens. As the drive continues, Jackson takes the shotgun snap, throws, end zone, open receiver. Brought down just shy of the end zone. It'll be 1st and goal, Baltimore. Devontae Walker, 3rd-year wide receiver out of North Carolina with the reception. 1st and goal, Ravens. First and goal. Here's the handoff. And down to the 1-yard line goes Derrick Henry. It'll be 2nd and goal, Ravens from the 1. As we are down under 3 minutes now for the first half. Ravens will receive the football to start the second half, as Detroit got it to begin the game. Here's a handoff to Henry, and he is stuffed. Does not get in, and it'll be 3rd and goal at the 1. .225 and counting. The Ravens can let this tick down to the 2-minute warning if they want. Does not appear that the Ravens are going to snap it before the 2-minute warning. They will not. We've hit the 2-minute warning in Baltimore. 14-7 Lions, but the Ravens a yard away from answering the Lions touchdown with a touchdown of their own. So let's see if the Ravens can finish this drive off with a touchdown and tie this back up with the extra point. And again, as I mentioned, the Ravens will get the football to start the second half as well. So a big, big drive here. So with 2 minutes to play, both teams have their full complement of 3 timeouts. See if the Ravens can finish this drive off. Right before the half here. Been a pretty clean first half. Just 2 accepted penalties in the first half, both of them against Detroit. With 2 minutes to play, it is 3rd and goal for the Ravens at the 1-yard line. As we are set to resume following the 2-minute warning timeout. So here we go. 3rd and goal at the 1. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Here's a hand on Henry. Henry will not get there. The Detroit defense steps up once again. And now it's 4th down. What do you do if you're Jim Harbaugh? I think Henry lost a yard there. Clock's running. Ravens are going to keep the offense out there. 4th down and goal, ball at the 2. Jackson has trapped. He fumbles the football, and he has to just fall on it, and the drive stalls at the 2. The Lions defense with a goal line stand. And Lamar Jackson showing some frustration coming off the field to the sideline as the Ravens come up empty. 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line for Baltimore. They cannot punch it in. The Lions with a big defensive stand to keep the lead. 14-7 with 1:22 to go. Now, if Detroit wants to try and get some more points here before the half's meant, they do have all 3 timeouts. So they can definitely try and drive down the field here. As Jared Goff and the Lions offense coming back out still with the lead. While we have this timeout, give you some news from outside the NFL. Had a little bit of a surprise announcement from college basketball today. Auburn coach Bruce Pearl announcing his sudden retirement from coaching. He is taking a assistant AD spot with Auburn, but with we're about a month and a half from the start of college basketball season, so a little bit of interesting timing there. But Bruce Pearl stepping away as head coach at Auburn. His son Steven will be taking over. So probably not going to be much of a change as far as coaching style or anything. But just a little bit of a head scratcher on the timing there. But back here with 1:22 remaining in the second quarter. Lions have the football following the goal line stand to keep Baltimore out of the end zone. Lions would at least like to try to get in field goal range here before the half expires. They start at the 20. Goff takes the snap. Goff rolling to his left and now throws incomplete, intended for Jahmyr Gibbs. It'll be 2nd and 10. There is a flag that comes in. Check this penalty. And again, it's illegal contact on the defense. Had a few of those in this game. Or not necessarily in this game. This is only the third accepted penalty of the game. We've had a lot of illegal contact fouls this weekend across the NFL. Marlon Humphrey guilty of that illegal contact, so it's first down at the 25 now. Goff will he has nowhere to go and will just heave it out of bounds to the sideline. It'll be 2nd and 10. Second and 10 from the 25-yard line. 1:12 remaining. Second quarter. Baltimore showing blitz here. Goff takes the snap, being pressured, and has to get rid of it. Gibbs was in the area, but the pressure brought by Baltimore. Buchanan picked this ball up for Baltimore and ran it back into the end zone. And we're going to have a discussion here. Teddy Buchanan picked that up. Yeah, that's clearly an incomplete pass. Arm going for, yeah, that's 3rd down and 10. I guess Buchanan didn't hear a whistle, and if you don't hear a whistle, play it out. Third and 10. Here comes the crowd noise. Football at the 25. Goff takes the snap. It's a screen pass, and it's going to be backwards. Amon-Ra St. Brown dropped for a loss of a yard. And Ravens will use one of their 3 timeouts as they're going to get the ball back. 1:05. Clock has stopped, and the Ravens used one of their 3 timeouts. So the Ravens will have another chance here to score before the half. Jack Fox on to punt. Gets it away. LaJohntay Wester fields at the 31. Flag comes in. Wester across the 40, dropped at the 41. Penalty flag on the field. It's going to be a hold on Detroit, so that 10 yards will get added to the end of the run. So that's going to put the ball on the plus side of the field for Baltimore. Put it around the 49-yard line of the Lions. So Baltimore with 2 timeouts and 56 seconds left. Outstanding starting field position for this drive. Trying to get some points here before the half. And again, the Ravens will get it to start the second half as well. So a chance to go 2 for 1 here before the half. Ravens saw their last drive get stalled out on the goal line. So following this TV timeout, the Ravens will have 56 seconds to work with. Try and get some points here before the half. So we'll see if the Ravens have more success here, unable to finish their last drive. So with 56 seconds left, Ravens offense back on the field. They're starting at the Lions' 49-yard line. Trying to go 2 for 1 here before the half. Boy, this first half was just flying by until about these last 3 minutes. First down from the 49. They only need about one first down to get into field goal range. Jackson takes the snap. Jackson, room to run. He's across the 45, 40, 35, and out of bounds right there at the 35-yard line, 14 yards, and that definitely gets the Ravens into field goal range. Clock is stopped with 48 seconds. 25 rush yards on the night now for Lamar Jackson. First down, mark to market at the 36. Jackson takes the snap. Jackson in trouble. Jackson rolling to his right. Now throws pass complete up to the 32-yard line. Somehow the Ravens able to get 4 yards out of that. Reception for Justice Hill, his first catch of the night. Got out of bounds to stop the clock with 38 seconds. Second and 6. Ravens at the Lions 32. Jackson throws toward the sideline. The pass is going to be ruled a catch. And it is. DeAndre Hopkins with the reception and got both toes down in bounds. That's a 13-yard reception. And the Ravens continue to get out of bounds to stop the clock to preserve their timeouts. Ravens in the red zone. First down at the 19. Jackson throwing. That's into the end zone, but overshoots everybody. This is going to be pass interference on Detroit. This will put the ball at the 1-yard line. Terrion Arnold's going to be guilty of the pass interference here, and Arnold having a few words here after the play with DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, Arnold clearly all over Hopkins. First and goal, Ravens at the 1. They were stuffed 3 times from the 1 and 2 yard line their last drive. First down and goal, Baltimore. They're actually marking it at the 3. That's it. That's where the initial contact occurred. Jackson throwing wide open end zone touchdown. Rashad Bateman from 3 yards out with the reception, and the Ravens an extra point away from tying this game right before the half. So the Ravens strike quickly, as they are not denied on the goal line this time. Great job by Lamar Jackson finding his wide open receiver, Rashad Bateman. Arnold late getting over to cover defensively. Extra point is up and good, and this game is tied again at 14 with 24 seconds remaining in the first half. Do want to mention I will be briefly pausing this live stream for about 10 minutes at the half. I'll be back right before the second half, get you some first half stats and get you ready for half number 2. So with 24 seconds, Ravens tie this game. And again, as I mentioned a couple times, the Ravens will receive the second half kickoff. So they have a chance to score here right before the half and score to begin the second half. Kickoff taken at the 3, across the 10, 20-yard line. 30, tripped up at the 33. 30 yards on the kickoff return for Khalif Raymond. And with 18 seconds left in the second quarter, Lions would need about 30 yards to get into field goal range. With all 3 timeouts, let's see if they take a chance going downfield here. Goff and the Lions, first down at the 33. Goff takes the snap. Goff looking. Goff throws. Pass complete. Timeout Detroit with 13 seconds. As they'll use one of their 3 timeouts right here. That reception for Khalif Raymond. And it looks like the Lions are going to try to drive down to get some points here before the half. So a 14-14 game with 13 seconds on the clock. Lions going to need about 25 more yards to get a legitimate field goal shot here. 2nd and 6. Goff throws, pass complete. That's going to be a short gain of only a couple yards. Timeout Detroit with 7 seconds. Amon-Ra St. Brown with that reception. The Lions are going to have to get a lot more yards than that. 3rd down and 4. So the Lions use their second timeout at 7 seconds. So now with 7 seconds, not only are you going to have to get about 20 yards worth of yardage here, you don't have a whole lot of time to, if you're Jared Goff, if you're going to pass this ball, you don't have a whole lot of time to run around, try and find a receiver with only 7 seconds on the clock. If they get 20 yards here, it would make it about a 58-yard field goal try for Jake Bates. And now Baltimore is going to call a timeout on defense just to make sure they have the right alignment out there. So both teams down to 1 timeout. 1 timeout. So it's 3rd down and 3 from the 40. Goff in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Goff throws over the middle. Pass complete. That's a first down to Amon-Ra St. Brown with 2 seconds up to the 49-yard line, but you're still looking at... This would be a 67-yard field goal for Jake Bates. They're going to bring him on to try it. His career long was 58. That was last year at Houston. This would be 49. Yeah, this would be 67 yards. Timeout called by Baltimore. They're going to use their last timeout here on defense. This will be the final play of the first half, barring a defensive penalty. Bates in warmups was kicking them from 60, but this is another 7 yards past that. I mean, there's only 2 seconds left in the half. You may as well let him try it. Wester's back in the end zone to field this just in case it's short. Bates from 67 to end the first half. Good snap. Kick is away, and it is long enough but wide left. That definitely had the distance, but Bates hooked it left. And that's how the first half ends in Baltimore. Boy, that was very, very close from Bates. It made it there, but it was hooked. 14-14, our halftime score, Ravens and the Lions. And it will be Ravens ball to begin the second half, when the second half begins. Again, brief pause on the live stream here for about 10 minutes. And I'll be back with you right before the start of the second half, run down some first half stats, and get you ready for half number 2. Brief pause and back with you.